Hey, Yahya, man, these little boxing stars ain't got, you know what I'm saying, ain't be acting all funny, bro. If you don't want to do the show, just tell me no. Don't say call me or text me and then you don't answer. That's some bullshit.
Who was supposed to be on the show?
Mark Johnson, Tarver last week, now Mark Johnson this week.
Yeah. Mark Johnson really should be trying to let somebody get him on there.
Yeah, I mean, bro, just tell me no. Don't say, yeah, I'm ready, and then that's good right there now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me put the ingredients in real quick.
Don't tag me, Bob. Hey, you could tell Bob, old lady ain't on Facebook, because he be posting some crazy.
Hey, man, we recording, Ice.
Oh,
You a wild boy, man.
How could I be looking at y'all? I said, man, this man, old lady, can't be on Facebook. That I be cracking up.
I'm single, bro.
Like, I could tell you and Brian Notri.
Hey, man, your volume keep going in and out.
I'm right here. I mean, I got the volume on 100%.
Well, you use your man voice the whole time.
Do I sound like Yahya McClain now? Do I sound like an asshole?
Y'all too for that fool. I can see that right now.
I was in the line with this dude last week, man. This dude right here. But it been like this since I met him, bro. We gonna talk about it.
I'm a good guy, man.
He was my adversary at first.
Yeah, I'm a good guy.
Welcome to the Montell Griffin Ice Boxing Show. I'm your co-host, Robert Bobby Reed. But we got a legend on this show today. We got a guy, man, who was responsible for booking one of the largest pay-per-view fights for females. He the CEO of his own company, Yes Film Works. He a two-time world champ. Give it up for Mr. Yahya McClain in the building. What's going on, boy?
Nah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So, just real quick, Yes Film Works was my old company. Now it's Yah Film Works.
Oh, okay. Yah Film Works.
Yes,
okay.
The original out the gate, but we had to change that. I don't even want to tell you what that stood for.
Who did you steal? Whose title did you steal?
Nah, I didn't steal nobody's title. It was people's names that no longer exist in my mind.
Oh. It was like three of them 5 wives. Huh? 3 of them 5 wives you used to have.
No, just one of them. Just one of them.
Okay. I mean, one is enough, though. One is enough.
What you talking about?
Yeah, it's an honor and a pleasure to have this man, Yahya McClain, on my show. We go back over, I had to meet you, I got to Vegas in 93. I had to meet you in 93, 94, right around that time. I know you was training at Nevada Partners, but that was later on because I started training Top Rank first.
Yeah, I was training at the Golden Gloves gym first and then Top Rank. I never trained at Nevada Partners. I was done when Nevada Partners came around.
Nah, we sparred Nevada Partners.
Yeah, but I was really done.
Oh, don't try to make me. Your most important fight in history.
You want to talk about that night?
No. I'm just
talk about that night.
I'm just telling you.
Let's talk about it, Ice.
No, we like I said, yeah, it was what year was your last what year did you retire, Yahya?
So initially I retired in 99.
Oh, that's early.
And then I made a comeback in 2009. And then I retired in 2010. Hey man, there you go. In and out. In and out.
I mean, I'm right here.
There we go.
Well, so you in 99 you retired?
Yeah, I retired.
Okay, so then you came back and you said 09?
Yeah, I came back in 09 and I had, when I came back, I put a game plan together. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have 4 fights. The 4th fight gonna be for the WBC title. So I took the first 2 fights, I knocked them 2 out. Then I fought for the NABF title. I know if I win the NABF title, that's gonna put me in line for the WBC title. So I I scheduled the fight for the NABF title, and I was promoting that fight. 2 weeks prior to the fight, I stepped in a pothole when I was sprinting, tore my hamstring, and did a flip and landed on my tailbone. So I couldn't train for 2 more weeks. But at this time, I'm 42 years old. So if I postpone the fight, I'm never going to get that shot again. So I was like, skip it. I'm going to take the fight. So I took the fight anyway, and that's when I fought your boy. Joseph.
Yeah, we're going to talk. Well, I got to be my boy.
I mean, from the shot. Robinson. The boy Robinson. Jason Robinson. That's when I fought him. And I almost had him out in the second round. Then my knee went out. And then that boy started touching me. When he started touching me, I started holding him. And they took 3 points away for holding. So he won the fight. You know, went the distance. He won the fight. And he went on to fight for the WBC title, his very next fight. So my game plan was strong. I know this business now. It just, you know.
It just didn't work all the way out.
You know, man plan and God laughs because God's the best of planners.
That's real. That's real.
Okay.
So man, you took a 10 years off and then came back.
Yeah, man. You know, when I retired, well, first of all, I retired because, you know, at that time, I don't know about, I was not married to Layla yet. We got married in 2000. So, but I was training Layla. We was dating, and she was getting ready for her pro debut. And I was like, you know what? I've done everything I could do pretty much in boxing. I said, and I had my last fight was in Miami against Ramon Garbe.
Okay, yeah.
And Freddie Roach was training me. And I was in great shape, ready to kill this dude, like, you know, just like any other fight. I had also been acting now. I've been acting for about 5 or 6 years at this point. And I had a big audition on the following Monday. So in the first round, he came out and threw a left hook. And in my mind, this is what I heard from the left hook. Not from him, from his left hook. If I hit you, then I'm going to kill you. That's what I heard the punch say. And when I slipped it, I made my mind up right then. I'm just going to not get hit, and I'm going to retire. So I just, for the whole 10 rounds, I did like this, didn't get hit, and I retired.
Okay, you turned pro in 1990.
Right.
1990.
Hey, but look,
came back in boxing in 90.
Hey, listen,
I started hearing.
Listen, let me tell you what's cold about that. So, you know how right now, because of this COVID thing, everybody's fighting in empty arenas.
Right.
When I turned pro, my pro debut was on Iran Barkley, Nigel Benn undercard at the MGM. I fought at 11 a.m. with nobody there but my family and his family. So these fighters today, they shouldn't have no problem fighting with an empty arena.
How about being the number 1 light heavyweight in the world, fighting first in Madison Square Garden, and it wasn't nothing but George Foreman, a beer seller, and a hot dog seller in the arena. Number 1 in the world. 3-4 guys fought behind me, wasn't on my level. Vernon Forrest fought behind me. He was a great fighter, but he hadn't did what I had did in my career yet. So Vernon Forrest, Courage Shabalaba, who didn't do nothing, and another kid fought after me. I was number 1 in the world. It was 3 people in the arena. COVID-19 fighter. George Foreman was sitting. I got the picture at home. The whole arena is empty, and George Foreman was sitting there looking at me. So at least Big George watched me fight.
Exactly. I'm about to say, at least you had somebody real watching you.
All right. So you turned pro in 1990.
Right.
You know, we was around the same weight. We seen each other a lot. It was, you know, we looked, you know what I'm saying, before we became friends.
You had good handlers that kept you away from me.
Whatever. Anyway, turned pro in 1990. I never really heard nothing about your amateur career. What did you do as an amateur? What made you turn pro?
Amateur career was, so I started boxing in New York at Howard Davis. Howard Davis's father was my first trainer. And I had maybe about 6 fights in New York. And then my mom's, what happened was I had a fight at school. And about 11 dudes. Now, my school in Roosevelt.
That one was Suge Knight.
Nah, this is in 7th grade.
Okay.
7th grade, my school went from 7th grade to 12th grade in Roosevelt, Long Island. And I had a fight with this dude, beat him up, and then after school, about 20 of them dudes was getting ready to jump me. Howard Davis Sr., his father used to pick me up to take me to the gym. I would never forget that day I saw that brown Mercedes turn that corner. Well, I said, woo! So I jumped in that Mercedes, man. And then after that, my pops got killed when I was 3 in New York. And so my moms didn't want us going down that same path. So we moved to Las Vegas and ended up having even more fights in Las Vegas, but that's another story.
So you moved to New York. That's right, you was born in New York, okay.
I was born in New York.
But I know you lived there and boxed there.
Yeah. I lived there and boxed there. And then I moved to Vegas. Now, the problem in Vegas was every summer, it was too hot. I had to quit.
Too hot to train?
Man, it was too hot, yo.
How long did it take you to get used to that?
Man, I don't know, a couple years. But, like around when I was 17, that's when I said, you know what? I got to get serious if I'm going to try to make it to the Olympics. And I got to get serious.
The 88 Olympics.
Right. And I never used to train hard. I never used to run. I used to just fight because I could fight. Most of the time I would win. My record was 77-7 as an amateur.
Okay.
Whoa.
So did you make it to the trials?
Nah. So what happened was in the trials in '88, I fought the dude from the Army team, Herman Morton. You don't remember him, Herman Morton?
I wouldn't even fight me, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, I fought him, and he was on the Army team. And in the first round, he didn't touch me. And the bell rang. I dropped my hands. Pow, pow. He stole me. Right. That's how I look. Just how you looking right now.
He dragged you the bell?
Yeah. And then I looked at the ref. The ref ain't say nothing. So I turned around like, all right. And I went to walk away. He hit me again. Bow!
Real?
I turned around, kicked him in his nuts, picked him up, slammed him. All the Army team jumped in. All my boys jumped in the ring. The police came, broke it up, and we both got kicked out of ABF boxing.
Oh, my God.
Had to write a letter to get back in.
So what year did you start doing karate? Because you've been doing a lot of kicks. You've been throwing a lot of kicks in your fights.
Yeah, man. We started doing karate in New York.
Kick James Toney. You kicked your opponent in Olympic trials.
I kicked Panama Lewis.
Panama?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind about you kicking him. You should have slapped and spit on him.
No, man. I kicked him in his nuts, punched him in the mouth, knocked all his teeth out. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad caught him, and what's the dude that used to wrap Floyd's hand?
Raphael.
Raphael picked up his teeth. All them gold fronts that Panama got now, that's because of me.
You know what? I don't even feel bad about it. Dirtiest scum on the earth.
Yeah.
He was in Vegas in the gym with me every day in Vegas. I would not speak to that man.
Yeah.
He was a clown. You shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? You have called a death in boxing.
Right.
Wow.
Alexis Arguello career for cheating. Then you took the gloves off of Billy Resto.
Billy Resto, right. Yep.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible. I'm glad that he is toothless now because of Yahya McClain. You got a kickboxing boxing champion. I ain't never kick more people in his life.
Hey, man, look. They already know the D's is coming, so I got to do something different.
Oh, my God. So you started kicking.
Hey, can I ask him something? Not lit, after the ice.
Go ahead, co-host Bobby Reed.
I just want to ask him something. You mentioned Layla, and for people who like me that didn't know, you was talking Layla Ali, right?
Yeah.
So you was married to, she was the champion of the world, and you was a boxer. How did that happen, if you don't mind me asking, with training her and getting involved in that, with that?
Well, that came later on.
Okay.
Right. So, that was, like he said, he had retired when he started. Imagine.
Right. What happened was, when I had won that title, I used to have these parties in LA. Classic. Anybody that came to my party didn't leave, they left single.
Hey, true story, Bob. True story.
Hey, and Hannah was there.
Look, I'm in Vegas. They like, man, Layla Ali, she out there in LA, she doing nails, she doing this, she doing that. I'm like, man, I need to try to go out there, try to holler at her. They said, man, she messed with your boy Yahya. I'm like, ah. I said, damn, he won. Okay, he won.
Yeah, so I met her there, man, and Hannah just invited me to go to Muhammad Ali's 57th birthday party in Vegas. Right. I had Guy Torrey with me, and she was like, y'all want to come? I was like, hell yeah. So we went down there, I guess like a week or two later, and we went down there, and that's when I met Layla.
Wow.
And like he said, she was doing nails, and she was overweight, and I'm not saying that to throw no shade because it's in my book and it's in her book. This is just facts.
Right.
And when I saw her, I was like, I didn't know she was boxing, but I was like, I can get that weight off her. And so I said, Hannah, who that? What's up? And, you know, before you know it, when she left there, it was all about Yahya, you dig?
That's real.
So look, after you got kicked out the the trials, what was your next step? I mean, what was you thinking about doing?
So I had to write a letter to get back in. So we wrote a letter. I had I can't remember his name, who was the police officer at the Golden Gloves gym, I think it was. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody else wrote a letter to vouch for me, and I got back in. And then I had my last amateur fight was at the Golden Gloves gym in Vegas, my own gym that I came up in. And I still to this day say I boxed the brakes off of him. And they gave him the decision because of his family. Maurice Linton.
Oh, Maurice Linton. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, man, I'm done with this boxing, this amateur boxing.
Your own gym champ.
Man, what you talking about? I was pissed.
You know, I've been to the Golden Gloves gym. I never trained there, not one time.
Oh, what?
I trained at Johnny Tacos. I trained at Top Rank. I trained at Barry's Boxing. I trained at Richard Steele's.
Yep.
I never trained at Golden Gloves. I went to Golden Gloves to go see Mike Tyson train.
You never trained at Absolute?
Absolute Boxing?
Yeah.
Who owned that gym?
Nigga, me. My gym was on Pecos and Sunset. But it seemed like you would have, when you fought for me, it seemed like you would have trained at that gym. No? Maybe not.
You know, I was training at when I moved to Vegas in 2001, I was training at Richard Steele, Nevada Partners.
Oh, okay.
I've been absolute.
Yeah.
I know I never trained at Golden Gloves.
Oh, okay.
I went there to go holler at Mike Tyson. But okay, so 1990, you turned pro. You know what I'm saying? You turned pro. You fought Joey.
Pro. And Joey DeGrandis. So now mind you, I grew up in Vegas. Everybody know me. I was a very popular guy in Vegas. To this day. and everybody know me in Vegas. Bob Arum didn't want to sign me. We had a meeting, and for some reason, he didn't want to sign me. He didn't think I was good enough.
He didn't want to sign me neither, but he 0-2 against me.
He put me in. My first fight was against his fighter, Joey DeGrandis, who was undefeated, 2-0, 2 knockouts. And I beat the brakes off him. So, you know, and then I went on I had a couple fights, and then Miguel Diaz was training me for one fight. I think it was my second fight. Miguel Diaz was training me, right? And Miguel also had, I can't remember who the fighter was, some other dude that was already a champion or whatever. And they had to go fight in another country or whatever. So Miguel didn't come with me to this fight. So I didn't have nobody to come with me to my fight. David Sample came with me to my fight and worked my corner.
Tim was your trainer?
David Sample.
Coach Simp?
Yes.
Hey, do you know that Coach Simp, I had to explain to him, do you know that he did not know that Simp was bad? He called himself Simp. I said, you know Simp mean a mark, like a punch. He's like, for real? You know what? It turned out to be true, but that's my man. But he did some Simp shit to me. But I'm gonna leave it alone.
Stupid, man.
Anyway, okay, so let's. I mean, we talked about this last week. That 6th fight against the Weaver triplets. What happened with that fight?
Okay, but first, before that, man, before you bring me down, let me just bring me up real quick.
I ain't trying to bring you down. We talking
I
about.
know we just speaking facts, but let me just tell you about the 4th fight, because the 4th fight is like, people don't know the story, but the 4th fight is incredible because this dude, I lost to him in the amateurs. We used to have street fights with him. He shot my brother in the back. Yeah. And he was a cruiserweight, and I was 168. I'm at Top Rank Gym, and I hear Alex Freed, rest in peace. He was the promoter. He said, I need an opponent for Carlos Escarate. I said, you need an opponent for who? And he said it again. I was like, man, I'll fight him. He said, come on, man, you're too small. I said, man, I'll fight him. When is the fight? He told me, I said, I can put on some weight. I'll fight him. And so Roger was my trainer. He goes, who's your manager? I said, I don't have one. Who's your trainer? Roger. He said, Roger, he wants to fight this guy. And Roger, you know how Roger is. Shit. You motherfucker say he want to fight him. Let's fight the motherfucker.
Roger ain't gonna bite his tongue for nobody.
Right. So we scheduled a fight, and then, now mind you, Carlos was in a gang called the Pinoy Boys. It was Filipinos and Cubans. It was a whole bunch of them. And me and all my boys was just cool. We was just friends. And they start calling us a gang. It's in the newspaper. They called us the Reek Boys. They even, recently, they had a list of all the gangs in Vegas, and they had us in there. And I ain't never been in no gang. But anyway, it was real big. It was a whole line of them Pinoy Boys, a whole line of the Reek Boys and everything. And then 2 weeks before the fight, I broke my left hand in sparring. So Roger's like, shit. No, I broke my right hand. Roger said, shit, box that motherfucker with your jab. I said, Roger, I lost to him in the amateurs. We done jumped this dude in the streets and didn't hurt him. I said, I'm not fighting that dude with one hand. So we go to the whole time. I'm like, I had even stopped training a little bit. I still was doing a little cardio, and I went to the press conference because Jeff was fighting too. So Roger gets at the podium. He goes, well, you know, everybody, I'm supposed to be training 2 fighters, but I'm only working with 1 because John McClain's a chicken. I said, what you talking about? I said, what you talking about? I'm fighting. And I got up and went and sat on the podium and took the fight.
Yeah, and Roger, it worked. That was your 3rd fight. You won a unanimous decision.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, Carlos as Carte. You got your rematch. You got your revenge.
Yeah.
Prove your trainer wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd have called you
trainer right. Roger said I could.
Nah, you proved him wrong because he said you was a chicken.
Oh, right.
The man supposed to be other fighters a chicken, so you proved him wrong.
Right.
Okay. You won that fight. I feel good for you. But let's talk about these. Hey, Bob. Mike Weaver was the heavyweight champion of the world. He got 3 little brothers, the Weaver triplets. It's 3 of them, and Yahya fought one of them. We ain't got to get into it. Things ain't work out, whatever. But this was impressive to me. I'm looking at you. Okay, you lost to Troy. Come right back. You knocked out Oli Klimstein. Everybody was high on this kid.
Right. Emmanuel Stewart said he was the best thing to come out of Crump. I was like, what?
Right. We fought in London together.
Uh-huh.
And you know what I'm saying? They tried to, you know what I'm saying? Like we fought, we fought in London together on the same card. So I go in the ring to spar, and everybody in their camp got their phone, their cameras on. They phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Right.
Bro, what is you know what I'm saying? What is y'all on? Because we all thought we was going to end up fighting one day.
Fighting,
I
right.
think Oli was in 92 Olympics too, right?
Right. He was a bronze medalist.
Panos had both of us. And basically, I thought he was going to, set up for us to fight each other, but it never happened. But
let me tell you what happened with that one. But look, hold on. Let me tell you how that one happened. So we were supposed to fight in Vegas.
Right.
And we went to the weigh-in, dog. To the weigh-in. I weighed in. I'm going down the escalator at the Riviera Hotel to go get something to eat, go rest, and get ready to fight. A reporter stops me. He goes, hey, man, I'm sorry about that. I'm like, what you talking about? So, yeah, you're not going to be fighting. I said, man, I just got off the scale. I'm about to go eat. I'm going home and rest. I'm a fight. What you talking about? He said, nah, they pulled you off. I said, man, get out of here. I went back upstairs. Come to find out, they say Emmanuel Stewart found out that it would be a dangerous fight for me, for Oli. So they pulled me off the card. I didn't fight. Oli Clemenson fought somebody else that night.
Real?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Before y'all fought.
Huh?
Before y'all fought. Y'all actually fought.
Right. That was before we fought. Then after that is when I fought Troy. I fought Troy after that. Then after I lost to Troy, everybody kind of like wrote me off. They wrote me off, and then I moved to Atlanta and signed with this dude that delivered nothing but bums. And I was like, all right, I'm going to be a bum, and I'm going to whoop everybody, because I was mad that I lost to Troy. I was mad. I was like, all right, I was down here training hard as a mug. So then we went to Mississippi. He had another kid fighting. I wasn't even scheduled to fight Oli then. We went down there. Oli's opponent pulled out or didn't show up or whatever. Emmanuel Stewart saw me, and they was like, hey, we'll offer you this fight. And I said, how much is it paying? I said, I ain't in no shape, man. I said, nah, man, how much is it paying? I don't remember what it was, but whatever it was, I got it doubled.
Right.
And I went to Kmart. I didn't have no boxing trunks or nothing. I went to Kmart. That's why if you look at my trunks on that fight, the trunks stop up here, but I got some shingles that go down to my knees. I'm telling you, this was some real makeshift, okay, I'm about to get this, let's go. And he had the whole country of Norway there. The whole arena is yellow. Everything is there. And, huh?
What did y'all fight?
Where? We fought in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay, he was 6-0.
Yep.
Let me see. I turned pro in '93. So he must have turned pro in '92 because he had 6 fights in March, and you stopped him.
I clipped him in the first round.
Okay, so that's okay. So after you knocked him out, I stopped hearing about the Oli Clemson stuff. After he got detoured, I ain't hear nothing about him ever again.
Right.
About us fighting.
Then you start hearing about McClain, and then you just start going and hiding a little bit.
Never.
Money, you ain't want none, money? You ain't want it with you, boy?
This man is a halfway decent comedian. Stop. You're halfway decent. You know what I'm saying? Bob, I'll be the guy 6'4" Matthew Charleston for the NABF title and knocked him on the 11th round. I wouldn't worry about no tall guys.
Matthew Charleston, Yahya McClain. Big difference. Big difference.
So you knocked out Oli, which to me at that time was a big win because they were trying to pump Oli. That happened in boxing. You beat Ray Berry.
And Ray Berry had just beat this dude that was in our gym. And the dude that was in our gym, you know how them prison dudes, he had done about 10 years in prison and whooped everybody in prison and was, Boss Hogs. That's what his name was. And he was a killer. I mean, he hit hard. He was rough like Robert Allen, but he hit harder than Robert. I mean, he was rough. But Ray Berry beat him. I was like, damn, okay. So then we went down there and then I fought him next and I beat him.
Okay. I'm trying to see. Okay. Now you since you always want to compare me and you or whatever. Okay, you end up fighting a kid named Tim Cooper.
Yes, sir.
You won. You beat him and we went the distance, but I stopped him. But I mean, it ain't no big deal. But
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you stopped him. Because you was shorter than him. Both of y'all was submitted. I'm missing at him all night long because he's so short.
I stopped him. You fought Malik Sims.
Stopped him. But I thought I stopped Tim Cooper late.
Who?
Tim Cooper. I didn't stop him late. I dropped him late. He might have made it to.
It was a majority decision.
A majority decision.
He got 1 scorecard. You got 2 scorecards. Nah, you beat him. But Kenny King. I've been hearing a lot about Kenny King.
Man, Kenny King, let me tell you, that his whole city was on lock. When I got to his town, the Taco Bell had a banner saying, "Congratulations, Kenny King. from top to the bottom. Before the fight, it said, "Congratulations, Kenny King." Then when we got into the arena, they had 4 police officers with dogs escort me to the ring. One of the police officers' last name was McClain, and they escorted me to the ring with dogs. When I walked into the arena, I heard somebody yell "nigga." That's how bad it was. Yeah, wow. And then they gave him the decision. I had to knock him out in his town in order to win.
You know what they say? If you knock him out, they're gonna wake him up. It's gonna be a draw.
Right.
Okay, we got to talk about this fight. I met Egerton in '92. Basically, he was my friend. We wasn't friends. I was cool with him. I was always more. Well, later on. I mean, I'm cool with both of y'all. I love both of y'all.
Right.
Egerton Marcus. It was a draw on points. Explain that for this. Hey, Yahya. It's a guy, Prince Charles Williams fought Murky Sosa.
Right.
They beat each other up so bad, the referee stopped the fight and said, "Man, ain't nobody winning."
Yep.
This fight was on that same level. So how did it end up being a draw?
Lou Duva was the trainer. Dan Duva was the promoter. Enough said.
Let's talk about it. Y'all beat the dog shit out of each other.
But let me just tell you. First of all, I won the title. That belt that we fought for, the WBC Continental title, I won that title. Look at my record. 28 days before that fight.
I'm looking at it. You went 6-17, 7-18. So yeah, 6-17. June 17, you fought Sean McClain for the WBC Continental Americas.
It was actually June 19th. It was Juneteenth. But anyway, go ahead. And dig that. Now listen, Sean McClain, white guy, same last name as mine. We fighting on Juneteenth. I had to win for my ancestors.
That was personal.
Huh? Say it again.
Was that in South Africa?
No, that was in New Mexico.
Okay.
His hometown. Everybody I fought was in their hometown, pretty much.
Okay, you stopped.
Yeah, I stopped him.
You won the title.
And 28 days later, I'm defending it because my manager was a piece of shit and the most crooked dude in boxing. He's banned.
How come you ain't, Okay, what round did you knock Sean in?
3rd round.
Okay, so your manager felt, hey, let's put him back in there. Ain't no wear and tear.
The 3 rounds, it was a rough-ass fight. He was headbutting, elbows. It was a rough-ass fight, the whole fight.
You ain't need 6 weeks off after a fight like that.
Man, I ain't need to have no rough-ass fight with him and then have no rough-ass fight with rough-ass Egerton Marcus.
Big Egerton Marcus, big puncher.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, you considered a good puncher. You know what I'm saying? You had 17 knockouts out of 25 wins. You considered
9 in the 1st round.
Okay, 9. Okay. Was that your first 9 wins?
Nasty.
No, that was not my first 9 wins.
Hey, whenever a guy say, hey, man, I had 10 first-round knockouts, it'll be their first 10 fights.
It was when I needed to in the clutch fights.
Okay, hey, you need to get them knocked out late, you know what I'm saying, late in the fight. So, Egerton Marcus.
But dig it, he dropped me in the 1st round. I laid out like a Jesus piece. I was out.
Yeah, you showed mad heart and balls.
And all I heard was 7, 8. You just got this belt 28 days ago. 9. Pew, jump back up.
Back up. We gotta get back up.
Yeah, man. And boy, we went to scrapping, boy.
It's funny because both of y'all are my friends, but the respect is there because y'all show mad balls.
Yeah.
That gotta be one of the most exciting fights. That went the distance, so it went 12?
Yeah, it went 12. And I dropped him twice. They called one of them a slip. I was the champion, and they called it a draw. But dig it. Later on, we on the plane going to China. Lou Duva sitting next to me. I said, hey, man, why you doing me dirty like that, man? He said, what are you talking about? I said, you know what, Egerton Marcus. It's my fighter. What do you think? Come on, you know.
I can name 3 promoters. I ain't going to say their names. I can name 3 promoters that told a fighter before the decision was announced, hey, you won. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Part of the game. So you fought 28 days later. We fought Egerton.
Right.
You fought Egerton 12 rounds, and then fight for 2 years later. What happened with that?
After that, who was my next fight after that?
Peter Smith.
Yeah, that was my 2 years off. That was my rotator cuff operation. So after that fight with Egerton, the same janky manager I had me scheduled to fight John Ruiz.
Okay, you was telling me this. Okay, go
right.
ahead.
I was scheduled to fight John Ruiz, and that's when I had that rotator cuff. And I went down to Florida to spar. For some reason, wasn't nobody down there to spar but Tarver, who's a southpaw, and I didn't understand that. But when I started sparring Tarver, I was getting touched up. I couldn't even get my jab going, and I was like, man.
Sometimes, no matter what, you just gotta have a body in front of you. Gotta get that rust off and try to be slick. It might be bad sparring, but you gotta make the best of it.
But we didn't need to go down there. We could have stayed right here and got sparring.
You ain't used to traveling nowhere for no.
To go spar with no southpaw, and so that's when I pulled out that fight and had the rotator cuff operation.
Okay.
So I was out for 2 years, and then I signed with what you call it? He passed now, the South African.
Kushner.
Yeah, Kushner. That's when I signed with Kushner, and so that's how I had that Peter Smith fight.
Okay, you beat Peter Smith.
They brought me to South Africa to fight a South African after being on a 2-year layoff, and for the title.
Marco Goodell.
That was in Italy.
Okay.
Marco Godelli. So.
Are you talking about Mario Osuna?
No, I'm talking about Peter Smith. Peter Smith was for the title.
That was in Africa.
That was in South Africa, right?
Okay.
Marco Godelli, that was for the title also. That was in Italy.
Okay.
And that was another Italian fighter with an Italian promoter. And let me tell you how dirty they did us. Freddie Roach is my trainer. We get in the car to go to the arena. The driver takes us, and we pull up to the back of this arena. And they open the door, and this is the dressing room. So we go in the dressing room, we get dressed, and we warmed up. I'm sweating, I'm ready to go. They call my name. They put me back in the car and drive me 10 more minutes to a whole different arena, stand me up outside, and I got to wait 10, 15 more minutes before we fight. That was cold.
Bro, you know how this boxing game is, bro.
Hey, man, and guess what happened? Clipped him, too.
You clipped Peter. You clipped Mario. You clipped Marco. But before Marco, we both had the worst night of our careers on the same night. That's why we so close and so. That's why I love you so much. Hey, Bob.
Hey, we blood brothers for real.
Wow. We had the worst night of our career on the same night. Bob, I made a promise to myself in 1991. I was at a fight, watching some guys fight, and I just thought I maybe had like 3-4 amateur fights, and they was beating the shit out of each other. I said, man, how could they do this? And I told myself, damn, I'm a boxer. I'm like, no, you gotta stop thinking like that. I said, you know what? Let's start watching the fight. I went back in the dressing room. From that day on, 1991, I never watched the fight because I didn't want to have nothing in my mind, just keep my mind free. My man, Yahya McClain, was getting ready to fight right before me I'm fighting Roy Jones. He fighting Roy Jones understudy. Ezra Sellers. Nice kid. Nice. He passed away. Much respect.
Right.
He like, man, I said, hey, kick it off. Let's start it off. He's like, all right, let's go. I'm like, okay, fuck this. I'm finna watch this.
This on pay-per-view, the whole world watching.
750 people bought the pay-per-view.
Right. 750,000.
750 people bought the pay-per-view because Roy, I took the guaranteed money. Roy took the pay-per-view and didn't make nothing. I said, man, black people ain't finna pay no money to watch us. I'm taking the guaranteed money. So Yahya was like, looked at me. I've seen him walking out. He had that look on his eyes. Let's go to work, child. I'm finna kick it off. I think that's what you said to me. I'm gonna be first. He was first, we both got knocked out that night.
Hey, man, I have to tell every time I did not get knocked out. The man dropped me.
Right.
I give him that. He dropped me. And I got up. When I got up, I was not done. I was in the corner slipping. Whoop, whoop. And I went right here. When I went right here, I saw the uppercut coming. And I said, I cannot get hit with this uppercut. And I pulled back as far as I could and lost my balance. I didn't get hit with the uppercut. When I lost my balance, I snapped my ankle in half. That's when my foot was up here by my knee. And I said, if you look at the fight, you see me laying on the ground yelling, "Fuck, fuck, fuck."
Okay, so your excuse is you slipped and fell and hurt your ankle. My excuse is I didn't warm up. So we both got knocked out. Officially in the books, right here it say Yahya McClain was knocked out. That's what BoxRec say. Yahya McClain was knocked out. If I press Ezra Sellers, Montell Griffin gonna come up and he's gonna say Montell Griffin was knocked out. So first, the worst night of our careers on the same night. We blood brothers, and that's why we together.
Hey, let me tell you. So after that, first of all, my cousin came down there with me. He was on crutches when we went there.
He brought the crutches and you left with him.
And when we left, we was both on them joints. But then dig it, I went back to LA and I went to Fat Tuesdays. Why I do that? Guy Torrey did about 40 minutes straight on me getting knocked out. But the good thing about it was I got a lot of sympathy that night.
When you're on TV, okay, 30 girls gonna take the winner, but the other 75 gonna take the loser. What the hell? I mean, at least I'm with one of them.
Right.
I'm with one of them, girl. He won with me.
Right.
He bought me that Gucci purse afterwards. Ramon Garbe, good fighter. Jason Robinson. You had your last fight 2010. So let me see. What year? Let me see. Okay, so 99. Ramon Garbe, April 18, 1999. You came back 2009 like Big George Foreman.
Right.
10 years later, like Big George Foreman, and you knocked out Shane Steele.
Right.
How you feel about that?
I felt great. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was awesome.
Especially, hey, look, I fought Vince Dorn after my loss with Roy. I said, man, I don't want no. I got to prove to these people I'm all right.
Right.
Give me a real fighter. You know what I'm saying? I fought Vince Dorn and beat him. So, you know what I'm saying? I got the mug out my back. But it is what it is. Let's see. Shane Steele, you had 3 more fights after that, and you retired. 2010.
So the last fight, so the fight with Jason Robinson was the fight before last. Now, like I said, I had a plan, and I was funding my whole comeback. I was paying for the fights. I was promoting the shows. I was funding my whole comeback. So on the third fight against Jason Robinson, when I lost, I messed up the church's money. So I said, you know what? Let me go overseas and get that bread back. So I went to Poland and fought that kid, Paweł Kalaji or whatever his name is. And when I got over there, now we know the rule. When you go overseas, you don't eat where they set you up to eat.
No.
But I'm 42 years old, 43 maybe at that time. And I'm like, they ain't thinking about me. This boy 25, he's 6'5", he's 25-0 or 25-1. I said, they ain't thinking about me. Man, me and my boy went to the restaurant. We ordered the same thing. I was shitting and throwing up for 6 hours straight.
Dang.
Wasn't nothing wrong with him.
That was a Michael Jordan flu game, huh?
Yeah.
Food poisoning.
And
Well, now what country was that in?
That was in Poland. And so I was over there like, I'm here now. I'm still going to fight. And so I was like, man, I'm going to go out here. And
What'd you weigh in at?
I don't even remember. It was like 200, 190, something like that. I was probably lighter. But I went ahead with the fight. I'm talking about my mouth. My lips were so white. I was trying to get some saliva and everything. And then about 30 seconds into the first round, I realized, man, this kid is nothing. Right. So I really started putting on. Whap, 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 whap. I whooped this boy ass for the first 2 rounds. And then I was dead tired. And the third round, I was like, all right, that's it. I'm gonna go and lay down. So I wait for him to come, and he threw a little punch, and I laid down, and I stayed down to 9.5. And when I got up, they said, box. I said, what? So I went down again, and I just stayed down. I said, skip that. If they don't pay me, they don't pay me. I ain't gonna ready to get hurt. Okay. But I'm telling you, that kid, man, I could have whooped that dude. If you look at the fight on YouTube, you only will see the third round, because the first 2 rounds I was whooping his ass.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of athletes, entertainers, singers. It's a word called reinventing yourself. You stopped boxing. You had your last fight 2010. I had my last fight 2011. I was 41. You had your last fight 2010. You wait a minute.
Yeah, my last fight was 2010.
Okay, so what year did you get with Layla?
I got with Layla in 99.
Right, I was finna say, I'm like 2010. So you were still fighting, and you was a slash trainer with Roger Mayweather, manager, husband, everything, promoter.
With Layla, I taught her the business of boxing. I trained her, I managed her, promoted her, got her endorsements. I did everything.
Right, you had.
And then once I started promoting, I brought Roger in to train her, and I let go of the training.
Okay. Now, he. Well, before I get to that, Layla fought a pay-per-view event with Lil Joe Frazier, Jackie
Frazier.
Jackie, real nice. Think she's real smart. She's a doctor or something.
Right. She's a judge.
Pardon me?
She's a judge.
Okay, yeah. Real good. What did those numbers do?
Okay, so first of all, let me just tell you the little backstory. Bob Arum, Don King, I can't remember who the third person was, but none of these promoters wanted to touch that fight. They said, come on, you can't have no female fight be the main event on pay-per-view. It's going to do 25,000 buys at best. Right. So I went around and I found this guy in Puerto Rico that does the those big soccer matches, international soccer matches, and he does the pay-per-view on those. So I found him and I explained to him what I wanted to do, and he gave me $1 million to do the fight. Now, Jackie Frazier and her husband messed up 250,000 of it because they took 2 weeks to sign the same contract that we ended up signing because they didn't like it. And he was like, nah, that's 2 weeks of marketing time. I can't give you that. I got to cut 250 off of it. And so we put that fight together. And like I said, all the promoters, the So-Be promoters said it would only do 25,000 buys. It did 125,000 buys on pay-per-view. Wow. And the arena, so the Turner Stone Casino, they only had that indoor arena. And it only, I can't remember how many it held, but 1,000, 2,000, something like that. So I told them I wanted to do the fight there. And they said that it wasn't big enough. And I said, well, you can build an arena in your parking lot. And I said, well, I'll tell you what we do. We're going to do a fight with Layla and Jackie on the same card up here first. After that, you'll see the kind of numbers that is taken in that night. So we did that. It was a success. It was sold out. And then they built the 10,000 seat arena and sold that out. And that's where the fight happened.
So did Layla get 500 and Jackie get 250?
No, that's not how that happened.
Okay.
But there was more money. They both got a guaranteed purse of around something like that. But they got parity.
Okay.
Yeah, they got parity. So
because she didn't sign the contract, they made $250,000 less.
No. They got the same. They got the same because
if they would get the extra 250, they'd have made more money.
Right. But then there was also pay-per-view money. It was lots of money.
Right.
Lots of money. I made an M that night.
So, okay, right. So I follow one of your promotions. in 2002. I fought in Vegas at the Stardust.
Stardust, yes.
You looked out for me. It was mad love. You was my first fight. I moved to Vegas in 2001. You was my first fight, 2002. It was the night before the Magic Show. All my friends was in town. I fought. We hung out with Layla that night.
Well, George Kleinsmith.
George Kleinsmith. He got stopped real quick. Real quick. We went out to eat dinner. All my buddies hung out with Layla. They was just so happy. Then we had, the Magic Show, and Jay-Z had his party. To this day, still the best party I ever been to in my life. Back to back. I was seeing this little girl who was a stewardess. I figured, I said, if I date a stewardess, I ain't got to pay for her to fly nowhere. She just met me in every city I was at.
Right.
Came to the Magic Show, came to the party. She like, man, you the man. She seen Jay-Z and Benny Siegel and them come up to me and talk to me. It was over after that. It was over.
Right.
Panties was off immediately. I'm not trying to get into that. This Yahya's time. This is not my time. So,
Yeah,
okay, so.
I'm not going there.
So, you had the biggest women's pay-per-view ever to this day, or did anybody pass yet?
Now, they try to say that the Layla and Christy Martin fight was bigger, but no, it was not.
And you got proof that it wasn't?
Yeah, because I promoted that one too.
Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, so when I bring up Ann Wolf, what does that mean to you?
Ann Wolf is a cool person, and I feel bad for her because, I can't feel bad for her because I guess her dude, Brian, I can't remember his last name, not Brian Norman, Brian Younger, whatever it was, he did a lot for her, and he also kept her back from the fight with Layla because Ann wanted to fight, Layla wanted to fight, I wanted to fight.
America wanted it.
But Brian insisted that they should get paid the same amount.
That's why the fight didn't happen.
That's why the fight didn't happen.
Could I ask you what was the offer?
I don't remember.
Was it respectable?
No, the thing was, I could have made the offer. I could have brought the fight to her. Layla was the champ. It wasn't even about who was the offer. It was the fact that he wanted Layla to get paid the same amount as Ann.
Whose career hurt more from that fight not happening?
Ann Wolf.
Right, no doubt. Because Layla do her thing. She on TV every day.
Right.
Layla told me her own mouth. She's like, Montell, I don't make no money boxing. She's like, I make all my money in endorsements. You know what I'm saying? She told me that out of her mouth. Like,
that's not true. She make good money boxing.
But she said she make more money in endorsements.
Endorsements, right. Well, she also had a hell of a guy getting her endorsements for her too.
Yeah, that's why you're on the show. That's why you make money.
People forget, don't they?
Okay, to this day, right now, 2020, who is the greatest woman boxer ever?
Layla.
Okay, I ain't arguing that. Okay, now we got Clarissa.
Let's just say this first of all. Layla and I have had zero communication from the time we left the courtroom.
Right. No, I believe that. So, right. You just trying to tell people that you ain't just talking because you on her side.
This is not biased, right. I'm kicking the facts. I'm not mad at Layla. I'm not happy with Layla. I'm fine with whatever. This is what it is.
Would you want to see her fight Clarissa?
Yes.
At this stage in her life and career?
Yes.
You think she'll be 100%?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. Because like I told you, when I met Layla, she was an overweight nail technician that had never played any sports. So she was off longer then than she's off now.
So you think she's her body has been
she eats clean, she lives a good, healthy life. And one thing that people don't know, one fight, I can't remember who the girl was. The girl told Layla at the press conference, I'm going to beat you because I have to box. This all I got. I'm going to beat you. Layla said, I'm going to beat you, and I don't have to box. I do it because I love it. And when she said that let me know right there that she dead ass. How they say, I'm dead for real. She's for real.
I told Layla, I said, you so much like your father. You make everybody around you feel good about themselves. You know, she a lot like her father, great personality and everything. I knew her. I saw Layla when she came home from the hospital. When, you know what I'm saying, when she was born. I was 5. I was 8. Hannah was 5. And then Layla came around. You know what I'm saying? I played with Hannah every day. Of course, you don't remember me now, but I played with Hannah every day. And I wanted you to hook me up with her. Hey, I wanted you to hook me up with her when y'all was living in Vegas and Hannah was at your house. I was like, bro, hook me up.
Hey, let me ask him something real quick, man. I heard you say you trained her, so she didn't pick up boxing through her dad? That was all you?
No, I'm not what brought her to boxing.
Okay.
What happened was she was in the gym to lose weight.
Oh.
And then a guy that was in boxing for a long time got involved with her career and started to train her and so the night that I went to Vegas to meet to her father's 57th birthday party, that night there was some fight at the Orleans Hotel. I had my daughter and my nephew with me. And I went to the fights and I told them stay here, and I went into the back, in the locker room with all the fighters. At that time, they made an announcement that Layla Ali was going to be having a pro debut in 30 days. And they brought Layla into the ring and all that. I didn't hear any of that. I didn't see any of that because I was in the dressing room. So I didn't know nothing about it. Mm-hmm. And then once I met her, we exchanged numbers. And then we basically started dating like right away that day. Because the day that I got back to LA, I hit her up because she lived by the airport. I hit her up like, yo, I'm about to land. And then we start dating right then. So for a couple weeks, she's still talking about this fight coming up. Now, mind you, I ain't seen her do no road work. We training at the same gym, but I'm training in the daytime. She training in the evening because she do nails. So I haven't seen her train. I haven't heard her talk about boxing. I'm like, and then all of a sudden it's 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to fight in 2 weeks. I'm like, what? So I said, let me go to the gym and see what's happening. So I went to the gym and I was like, skirt. I said, listen, I have been a fan of your father's before you were born. There's no way you can fight right now. I said, no way. I said, this trainer, you're fired. I'm going to train her from now on.
Smartest thing ever did.
And she didn't fight for a whole year.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Layla Ali, Clarissa Shields. I don't know what you just said. You haven't talked to us since y'all left the courtroom. Right. Ain't none of my business. I don't care. I want to ask you one question. Can you and Layla Ali work together, fight together, and you get away what she needs to do?
I would love it. Okay. I have no problem with it. She's happily married. I'm happily married. I don't see no reason why we can't.
You are happily married.
Yes, sir.
Hey, him and his wife said they love each other 137 times in 3 days. I was in town.
That's a beautiful thing. Lucky man.
Yes, sir.
She got a sister?
You can put it together.
Nah.
You can make it happen. You can work with her and be professional and make it happen.
I could definitely do my part. Now, that's up to Layla on the other side,
How old is Layla right now, though?
I'm 52. Layla's 42.
Hey, because look, as soon as I heard about Clarissa Shields and Layla, I text D9. I said, tell Layla she got a trainer. I'm her brother. It's family. I'm going to take care of her. He's like, it's funny. He said, because Tava just called about 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
As soon as that came out, bro, people was calling about training her. That's crazy. But, I mean, it's just crazy, like I said. When I look at her, I know she don't look at me the way I look at her. Because she don't know me.
Right.
Her whole life. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's my sister. We family and everything. But, it's Layla, all love. I got so much respect for Layla. Me and D9 talk a lot because he in Chicago, and I train one of his family members. Yeah. Every time I find a picture of whatever, me and Ali, whatever, I send it to him, and he send it to Layla. And Layla called me one day. She's like, man, that's impressive. Like, man, I really appreciate it. I mean, you stay in touch. You this, you that. You said, man, you family. You my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that.
Hey,
cool.
but let me just tell you, Clarissa Shields don't have no power.
Okay.
Layla has real power. Layla throw combination after combination, just like her daddy. And Layla don't care nothing about. If first of all, let me just tell you this: in Layla's fourth fight, she got dropped by a white girl, Karen Bill. Karen Bill's all one of them type, and she dropped Layla in Detroit. And when she dropped Layla, I said, "Move around, move around." Layla said, "Yup, yup, 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 yup." God damn, and stopped the girl the very next round. I said, "Boy, this girl here is something different, boy."
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was honored to get in that card in China. I was the first title fight in China. From my understanding, some people have told me I should have got like an award, like a Nobel Peace Prize, because I helped out relationship with China and America by fighting that title fight. I was the first title fight in China history. Out there with Yahya, Layla had a ball.
Well, your sparring partner should get paid something for that too.
But you really wasn't in no shape, so you really didn't have it.
Hey, I jumped in the ring with him in China.
You actually hurt my performance because I took a step back because when I sparred you. Hey, look. Hey, Bob, after like one round, he's like, nah, I ain't. You ain't finna hit me no more. In China, he helped me because I ain't got no sparring. He got in the ring and sparred me. I was so slick and sharp. At the one round, he's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Smart.
I was living a whole different lifestyle then.
Oh, yeah, you was living the big time of life. Yeah. Hey, Bob, this dude, hey, Bob. Hey, I was an Olympian and a world champion, and this dude got big-headed with me. He hooked up with Ali. They got the big house in Vegas and started acting funny with me. I had to say, look, bro, you ain't finna be arrogant with me, bro. I'm your brother.
That money, that money.
Hey, man, that's not true, man. That's not true, brother.
You ain't finna act funny with me. We family. He's like, okay. And he let me eat one sandwich instead of two. It was fun going over to the house. We used to hang out because Layla was a homebody. She's sitting in the house. Hannah was there. Go over there, hang out, laugh, and talking and everything. It was a fun time, man. I had a hell of a life. A lot of fun. Vegas, my second home. We had a lot of fun. Yahya, we went out of time. What you doing now? Talk to me. What you doing now?
I'm gonna do real estate. So if anybody's in Atlanta or Georgia and need a realtor, you want to sell your house, you want to buy a house, invest, call your man, Yahya, the house champ. Okay. 404-423-7153. 404-423-7153. And then, of course, I have my show, Tuesday Night Fight Talk, where legends come to talk boxing. That, and I'm a filmmaker, got my documentary. I'm just, I do what you're talking about, reinventing yourself.
Right, reinvent yourself.
That's what I do, brother. I keep doing it. And, I'm happily married and just trying to keep fighting to see my son and, keep that fight alive for parental alienation and corruption in the family law court system. It's a very big thing. I'm a part of that movement. I have a documentary on Amazon Prime called Casualties of War. The war is W.A.R. stands for Warriors Against the Regime. And yeah, man, it's a serious issue. So, I laugh and I joke, but I'm a serious dude too, and I get to it.
Hey, Bob, hey, look, this dude,
I like that.
Business. This dude, hey, it's 10 o'clock. I said, let's go to the club. No, brother, I'm going home. I've been married 5 times. It ain't gonna be 6. I don't care what you say. Y'all can joke and say whatever y'all want to, because I can fight, so y'all can't hurt my feelings, but I'm out this bitch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Bob.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, I went to Atlanta in, 95 or 96. I think I fought James. 95, 96. Layman Bruce was married to Sheena Arnold. You know about that.
Right.
She had a party. Y'all picked me up the night before. Look, I'm in Atlanta with my pregnant wife. Y'all picked me up. I walked the door at 6 in the morning. The sun was coming up. She was like, Montell, really? It was Yahya. He was the one who was driving. Yahya said, man, I ain't ruining my marriage no more. I ain't hanging out with y'all late. Do what y'all want to do, man.
Nah, man.
I'm tired of getting married. I'm tired of getting
It's
married.
enough, bro. This is the 5th and final round. Oh, yeah, and that's what I do, too. You know, I'm a ring announcer now also.
Okay, good. Give
So
us
I hit it. I'm kicking it with the Spanish, too. Luchando Fuera de la Esquina Azul. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stop the chitter chatter and get ready for what matters. You know, it's fight time.
Hey, Yahya McClain, ring announcer. He went from boxer to trainer to promoter to husband to ring announcer to
Don't forget super producer.
documentaries, movies. He do it all.
Hey, man, you know, man, I really feel strongly about this, man. I feel that life is too short to not do what you want to do as long as you ain't hurting nobody. Whatever I feel like I want to do, if I think I can, I do the research and I do it.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Derek Durr, cruiserweight, heavyweight, light-skinned folks. Folks got for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man.
Huh?
Derek Durr. You remember that name?
Yes.
Come on. You remember that name, Derek Durr?
Yes.
That's my man.
What up, man?
He trained me in Atlanta.
He lost some weight.
He lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he looked like half the dude I know.
He's 175 right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I got in trouble down there. I had to come back home. But I was in the time because he was trying to get me right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was in Atlanta.
How many fights you got?
Professionally?
Yeah. 4 pro fights, 4-0.
Yeah.
4-0.
Okay.
4-0. So you done 75. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I sparred this man at what, 225?
I was 260.
260.
I'm like, this don't look like the same dude.
260 and fast as hell. So I said, you get out of 175, I thought you were going to make cruiser. You know what I'm saying? If you strong, you feel strong at 75, okay, we good then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Everything, we doing our thing.
Look, and I'm not in that street life no more, Yahya. I'm
Okay.
narrow back.
He's still folks, though. He's still folks.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bob folks, too. He from the Trey.
Plead the 5th.
Hey, man, I heard somebody say something one time, and it just never left my mind. When I die, show no pity. Bury me in something city. And if I die, something cross my chest and tell the stones I done my best.
Yeah. We know that one very well, but the other way.
What type of guy I am. So you got a guy from the 5 and a guy from the 6 working together. It's all real.
It's all ball, baby. It's all good. Montell Ice Griffin, the real deal.
No light. You know what I'm saying? Holyfield, my main man, real deal Holyfield. I got to come to real. I ain't finna BS nobody. My conscience is clean. I sleep it good every night. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what you're telling me is that your conscience is clean. You just go to sleep every night with no problem, right?
My conscience is clean. I can sleep. I treat people well.
Okay. Well, get you some good sleep, and I'm gonna talk with y'all later.
My man, much respect. Yahya McClain, my brother. He went from my adversary to my sparring partner to my brother to my promoter. He made me a couple of dollars. It was kind of short, but I mean,
Nothing.
Man, I hadn't fought in a year, so it was cool.
Hey, Yahya, I'll be out there in Atlanta, man, in 2 weeks, man, with this network, putting a cable show out there, man. It'd be nice to drink a beer with you if you're available, brother.
Man, hit me up, man. I don't drink, but that'd be cool.
He got to be home with his wife by 7:30.
He's a smart man. He's a very smart man.
All right, man. Y'all be cool.
I just know the old Yahya, so that's why it's funny.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Peace.
Good show, Ice. Good job, Ice. Montell Ice Griffin, we up out of here.
My co-host, Robert Bobby Reed, the first man I ever seen crossover. I seen Bobby Reed crossover at Fernwood Park. No, Euclid Park.
That's right. Ice know that, man. And we be back with more heat. Ice coming with the real deal. We up out of here, baby.
Peace.
Peace.